What's up, guys? This is Cody, and yeah, we're talking about that '90s show. And I got my co-host wherever he is.
Wow, Empire Inner Zen, man. Peace, peace. You see my tie dye? So leave me alone. My tea. Oh gosh, it's green screen. Oh yeah, but yeah, Zen. So what do you want? I'm enjoying
For
my.
once, finally, he's my co-host because this is my thing. Ryan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
He's
Okay.
in. Uh, what's up, guys? And hello, Wisconsin. Yes, guys, that '70s show. That is a very, very popular sitcom. I loved watching this show, and I've seen it so many times. And now we're getting a follow-up series, a sequel series, and it's going to be centered around the '90s. So, of course, I want to talk about it with you guys. Those of you guys on my '90s page, this is definitely an excellent discussion topic because we got to experience the TV show when it aired, and now we get to experience our favorite decade. So, Ryan, you know nothing about the TV show.
No, the only thing I know about it's Mila Kunis, what Ashton Kutcher they made out, and then Topher Grace is in the series, aka Venom, and he loves Star Wars. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great cast. I mean, obviously back then it wasn't all star. I guess. I mean, Topher Grace was an unknown. And fun fact, he was in 1996. He worked at a Blockbuster. I remember when he used to talk about this. He worked at a Blockbuster, and the movie he hates the most is Space Jam because it played on repeat at Blockbuster. So he used to talk about that all the time. So Topher Grace is who Ryan's talking about. Played Eric Foreman. Mila Kunis played Jackie. The great Ashton Kutcher played Kelso, which easily is the funniest part of the show. And Danny Masterson played Hyde. Who am I forgetting? Oh, of course. You can't talk about Wilmer Valderrama and his role as Fez. That character, man, I'm telling you, look, so I know you haven't seen the show, but have you had any kind of, like, experience with it? Have you seen parts of it, at least?
Yeah. So my cousin was a huge fan of the show. Again, she liked Topher Grace. The only thing I remember, again, I was a kid. The only thing I remember from the '70s show that Topher Grace loves Star Wars.
Yes.
And there's some, and also the only thing I did remember was when Ashton revealed his feelings to Mila Kunis's character. I think it was one. I forgot what episode was that.
I mean, it was kind of.
And then Fez. Yeah, I remember Fez. That's pretty. And then I remember I don't know what character, but he said like, "Oh, I can imagine myself in 10 years going to prison, something like that." That's the one that I remember.
Okay, the irony in that whole thing. So since we're talking about that '90s show, this is mostly about speculation and rumors and stuff like that, behind the scenes information. That we're going to pretty much be like talking about a lot of things. And see, here's the thing: Danny Masterson unfortunately did some pretty bad things in his life, and he's currently not employed by anybody.
Shit.
I don't really want to go into too many details, but he did some pretty bad things. He got fired from a show called The Ranch, which Ashton Kutcher, was on, and they kind of did this whole That '70s Show reunion on that show. But he played Rooster, which was Ashton Kutcher's brother, and within 4 seasons, he got kicked off or killed off because, well, they don't want to have someone employed who's done something that is potentially damning to the show. But since you brought that up, I know a lot of people have actually said, "Well, what about Hyde? What about Danny Masterson? Did he come back?" I don't think he's gonna come back. But the best part about that '70s show is that Hyde was a damaged character. He was a prison. His family history was prison. I mean, like you said, there was an episode where he was trying out for a job, and he says, he asks, "Where do you see yourself in 10 years?" And he says, "Prison." So, of course, it's not entirely impossible just to establish that he's in jail. If if we really wanted to get in that discussion. Which, by the way, you guys can join in the discussion right now as well, on the 90s page or on the Buttery Show. Feel free to put your 2 cents in, and we'll discuss it with you.
Yeah, so keep in mind, guys. So this stream is actually broadcasted through Buttery Show and Growing Up the 90s. So it's simultaneously. So, and also you guys can subscribe to the YouTube page for Buttery Show. That'll appreciate it.
Yeah, feel free to subscribe to everything, guys. We're really trying to boost this up and do some new things. We'll talk to you guys some more about some really awesome nostalgic things in the future. But yeah, and Ryan, like I said, he's new to the page and stuff, so you guys can, look forward to what he does.
I was born in the 90s too, so.
But yeah, that 90s show is supposed to be coming out sometime this year. They've been filming. Ryan, I know you got some photos of Red Kitty.
Here you go.
Yeah, so this is like one of the first photos right here of Red Kitty returning, the same actors, and I am very excited because they pretty much rebuilt this set. Looking through all these set photos and stuff like that, it's kind of crazy because they're putting a lot of attention to detail in it and making sure it's been 20 years since this time passed. Or not 20 years, I'm sorry, because the show ended on New Year's 1980. So technically it would be 15 years later. So, and for those of you guys that do not know, the show is supposed to be set in 1995. Just to kind of talk...
Wait, Bert, let's go!
Yeah, it's going to be set in 95. So we're already 5 years into the 90s. So I would honestly... really just kind of talk about this real quick. This is going to be something that you guys can join in on. Is I want to see specific things from the 90s being referenced. It really all depends also how popular this show will be, too. So, the music, obviously. Music is key. In that 70s show, they put a lot of 70s music in there. You have special guests like, who sang... Cat Scratch Fever. I forgot who that was. Jeez. They went to Ted Nugent. That's who it was. They had Ted Nugent literally do a cameo, and they were at a concert and stuff. So that's pretty awesome. But what if we had some big musicians from '95 involved? That'd be pretty cool.
NSYNC.
Was NSYNC '95 or were they not late '90s?
I forgot. Was Britney in the '90s?
Who?
Well, she was, but was she early 90s though?
I'm pretty sure she might have been 95, 96. So it's just pinpointing.
You could also do Welcome to the Space.
just to pee off Topher Grace, yeah.
And then you can also do music. A lot of music in the 90s were rap music. That's for sure.
Right. But again, so just to kind of establish the story arc behind this is that, according right here, Eric and Donna's daughter is going to be staying the summer with her grandparents, which is Red and Kitty, and they're going to be staying at the house, the Foreman house that was in that 70s show. She's going to probably have a circle of friends, they may be doing what they did in the show, smoking weed in the circle, all kinds of stuff, But, you gotta remember, it's a different decade, so everything is different. So I'm wondering if there's that, there's gonna be that weird antic that Eric had with his father. Red is a hard ass from hell. His favorite quote ever is, I don't know if you know this, Ryan, it's just he's like, I wish I was an octopus, so I could put all 8 of my feet in your ass.
I mean... again, the 90s era was legit very, what's the term? Not very quirky. Introduced new quirky ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it was, things were very popular then. Video games were big.
Oh yeah, so it'll be cool if Topher Grace's character, legit has a NES, the PS1, a Sega, and then he starts playing Mario legit, and it's all full out nerd. But I was surprised if they do continue well, let's say 90 show has more seasons, right? And you go up to the early 2000s. There's one thing I will hope Topher Grace mentions that will vary the one of the best Easter eggs ever. It'll be.
Well, here's the thing. I think I was discussing this with you. We were talking about the Spider-Man animated series from '94. So this show's set a year after that aired. Maybe it's a possibility that they could do some kind of like joke. I mean, Last Man Standing did this a lot, where they would one of the kids would have a Buzz Lightyear toy or a Woody toy. It's like, oh, I like Buzz Lightyear better. That deep, commanding voice. Like, he's just referencing, kind of nudging, yeah, I voiced him, But, seeing some subtle things like that might actually add to the humor a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, and it makes sense, too, because, again, Topher Grace is basically Venom.
Yeah, and he's in the show. You said he was, in real life, a full Star Wars fanboy. In the show, he's just as big of one.
Yep. And plus, it'd be funny. Like, he goes like an episode. Let's say the next season or a future season goes to 1999, and then like he watches episode 1. He's like, he sees his reaction like, that sucked.
It's just him reacting to episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and just reacting like everybody else. But his kid ends up liking it.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole episode about like them having that like generation gap. I don't know.
Or what's funny? They could also focus on this too, on Blockbuster's Downhill.
I mean, Blockbuster's Downhill didn't happen until 2006 or 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But maybe some like hints of it stop, like Netflix starting up, or like in the 90s.
I don't think they're gonna go that far. I think they're gonna.
I know, but like some like a little tease of it, like, oh, Blockbuster.
The most that they will do with this show is have 4 seasons, and they'll end it right there. And I don't think they'll go any further, because I don't know if you knew this, Ryan. There was an experimental TV show called That 80s Show. It lasted like 13 episodes, was canceled very quickly because it was being promoted as a sequel to that 70s show set in the 80s. However, it focused on Eric Foreman's cousin.
Yeah.
And he didn't have those same characters, but it was like they were mimicking those characters. So it got canceled so quickly because no one cared about it. I don't want them to really do what they like. I would love to see these characters come back. Which, by the way, the rumor is that, or at least news sources have confirmed that, Topher Grace, Wilmer Valderrama, Laura Prepon, Mila Kunis, and Ashton Kutcher are supposed to be coming back to the show. So we're going to be seeing those characters come back as guest stars or regulars. I don't know, but I don't want them to play it too safe with the show by introducing them as regulars, because you got to focus on these kids in the 90s,
I'll say this. I have a feeling that, again, I'm not a fan of... I'm not a fan of the semi show, because, again, I was too young. I watched some clips, but I have to say this. I have a feeling if they go to... Do you guys watch Raven's Home? Or, like, Raven, like, That's a Raven?
I mean, I remember when Raven's Home was coming out, yeah.
Yeah, so Raven's Home legit follows that formula. Or, like, heck, even Girl Meets World, right? The reason why Girl Meets World does a perfect job of doing it. Like, basically, Dad, Fred Savage is basically just a recurring character, just a supporting character, while his kid is the main focus. But thing is, she asked her dad for advice.
Not Fred Savage, it's Ben Savage, but... Okay.
Sorry, Ben Savage. I keep saying Ben Savage. And then, like, legit, it's sad it got canceled, but the show's really good. Girl Meets World's a really good show. I'm kind of sad.
Surprisingly, it's... Okay, so I've heard a lot of people say that they didn't like it at the startup of the show.
But it gets better. It gets better.
Is, obviously, because Michael Jacobs was wanting to actually establish these characters, but, of course, he brought in cameos. You had Mr. Feeney, you had Eric, you had even Dan McNulty coming back as Harley Kiner. Hey, Johnny Baboon! Yeah, like this is like the throwbacks on that show were subtle and not just thrown in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that, I mean, again, I wish it wasn't canceled, but again, we'll go back to That's a Raven. So Raven's Home does a perfect job of doing it. Like, the main focus is, yeah, Raven's there, but she's not the main focus. The kids. But thing is, Raven's there as a supporting character, and then and there's some moments where kids are doing problems, and she references problems that she faced in the original series. And then the final I think the fourth season is focusing brings back the dad. So the thing is, every season has a special cameo from each character from the franchise. So I have a feeling for a '90s show, it might focus on the kids, but I have a feeling that a regular like a supporting cast regular might be Jackie or yeah, I know Amelia's character or Ash. Because keep in mind, like as the big two Hollywood superstars right now is Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Like a lot of people, like general audience, like oh, okay, it's those two.
Right.
Like even me, like legit, like a lot of people I know. I didn't know about Topher Grace before Spider-Man, but Amelia and Ashton, that's like okay, yeah, I know those people.
Spider-Man's actually the reason why Topher ended up leaving the show in season 7.
Yeah. Oh my God, season.
Replaced him with Randy. Which, by the way, for the love of God, Netflix, do not bring Randy back. I hated that character. I hated Randy so much. So he's supposed to be the placeholder for Topher Grace's character, but he sucked so hard.
Hey, you never know. They might redeem him. Like, there's a lot of redemption. Like, with people now. Like, look at Andrew Garfield redeemed. Look at like, do you watch Blue's Clues? Like
Back
Joe.
when I was like a kid.
But Steve's replacement, Joe, right? People hated Joe until he came back for a special 4 episodes and the new Blue's Clues, and oh my God, now people love him. Yeah. It's just with writing.
I mean, nostalgia is a big sell. I mean, people love when TV and film was actually really thought out and good. And I can understand today's generation seems like the oversaturation in the market is mostly superhero movies. Even though I love those movies and you love those movies, like a general audience is wanting something unique,
Yeah, but that's why I think it's gonna be focused on the '90s. And a lot of '90s stuff is gonna be like I'm so excited for that too, like '90s pop culture, like Fox Kids. Oh my God, they have to do Power Rangers. Like, if you're gonna do a '90s show or something based on the '90s, you have to show Power Rangers.
It would be funny because here's the thing: in this show, there is a lot of speculation about like. Okay, so Eric and Donna reunited at the finale of that '70s show before the new year happened. 1980 rolled over. This is set 15 years later, and according to what we're saying, this girl is 15 years old. So did they conceive their child on New Year's? She's a 15-year-old girl. I don't think, which I'll take that back, actually, because Kelso is the airhead of the group, okay? That's Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. But he was childlike in wonder. So was Fez. So they would watch Christmas specials, or they were watching the '60s Batman show and making references to it. They could do that with Power Rangers. They really could.
Or Batman '89.
It's going to be a really weird situation because how old was Eric by the time? Because I'm pretty sure. The first episode was called Eric's Birthday. The very first episode of that '70s show, and I think he was turning 18. So this was set in '96.
That's '95.
Or 75, yeah. Or 75, 76. No, I'm talking about that '70s show. I'm trying to figure out because he graduated high school in season 8. Or not season 8, season 6. Then he went off to Africa in season 7. I want to assume he's got to be in his late 30s at this point. So he's still a young parent. I wonder how naive he is as a parent. Because that's the thing that's fun about Eric and his character is he is a very naive character, okay? His stupidity doesn't necessarily come from him being himself. It's from his friends, So, wonder how good of a parent he is. Remember when Ben Savage, when he came back, we're talking about this, when Ben Savage came back as Corey, he was already established as a really good father, And he learned his things from Mr. Feeney and all the people around him and his own parents. So he became a really good father to, I forgot the girl's name.
Jackie? Wait, Mila Kunis' character? I think her name is Jackie, right?
No. I'm talking about Girl Meets World. Who's the daughter?
Girl Meets World? Oh, shit. I
No,
know. I
that's
know.
Carolyn Blanchard.
Yeah, and it was Rowan Blanchard's character. See,
Yeah.
I forgot. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Anyway, so just kind of skip forward. There's no
Oh,
one.
here. Topanga.
Topanga was the mother.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I don't want. But we do have a
But
question.
again, it just like in general, I would like good storytelling to be the
No, no, no,
main
no.
focus.
So, no, no, no. Riley?
Yes, that's it. It was Riley. Riley. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to see something similar to that. You know, the thing is that there were not many moments where Red and Eric didn't, or they had a moment where they actually bonded because Red was kind of one of those guys who just like didn't like hugging people or showing affection to his kids. But I would like to see his reaction to Eric being a father. You know, because again, Red is one of those like old hard ass people who feels like it's the need to threaten them with a foot in the butt. You know, it, it just he's like an old style like conservative type. You know, he's it would just be interesting to hear how well that they've established these characters in 15 years. But since we're kind of going all over the place with this topic, actually, is there anybody actually chiming in?
There's a question. Do you think Eric and Donald will still be a couple, or do you think we'll learn about their split up?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that, like, first off, every sitcom has an on and off relationship. Eric and Donna's relationship was very on and off. They broke up one time, got back together. He went to Africa. Their relationship kind of grew apart, and she started dating Randy in season 8. But again, Eric came back on the very last episode. They've already said that Eric and Donna had this kid together. This is Eric and Donna's child, so obviously, you know, they still care for each other. Whether or not they're like an actual relationship or a divorced couple, we don't know this yet.
You know, it was funny. A lot of shows in the '90s or movies dealt with divorce and broken families, like
That's
Parent
probably why it might be a little bit more realistic to have them
like
just be a divorced couple.
like Parent Trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. I think there's more. Oh, here we go. Do you think Kelso, and Jackie will together? So I'm assuming that's Millie and Ashton's characters.
I mean, I'm not sure. See, the thing is that Jackie and Kelso's relationship were even more on and off. And it's because of Kelso's immaturity. You know, Jackie had come from a rich family. Kelso was a long line of Kelsos, and he was stupid. So, you know, and Kelso had a child with freaking Shannon Elizabeth, that actress. She was in the show. Shannon Elizabeth's character. He had a child with her in the show. So he had already established he's got a kid. So there could be that. I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched the show. I know these things. It's just like thinking about them right now. But like, how would that work? Would Jackie and Kelso still be together? Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, they're together in real life, the actors. So.
I mean, hold up. Lori? Who's Lori?
Lori is Eric's sister. The actress who played her, like, for the first 5-6 seasons, sadly passed away. They might address her. I mean, she was the town whore. They say it in the show.
Oh, I was like, damn! Well, he's like, Wing Wolf's like, I thought Jackie...
They say it in the show.
I thought Jackie ended with Fez.
I mean, yeah, she did. That's the thing. I mean, Jackie and Fez did end up together, but again, this whole group of people is all over the place. Jackie may end up with Fez and still be with Fez. Might have a kid with Fez. Kelso's always going to love Jackie. That was his first love. So,
you know, they could. You know, what's cool? I'm going deeper in this. Like, they could address, like, this show could address like about deep love. Like, yeah, like it happens in real life. Like, you know, you thought you moved on, but then when you see your first love again, your feelings somewhat come back again for this first love. Because first loves, they're special, even though it doesn't work out. It's like it teaches you how to love, and it's like yeah, it's like Parent Trap, like legit. Lindsay Lohan's Parent Trap, like the parents were divorced for 12, 11 years, for 13 years, and suddenly they saw each other and you're like, oh shoot, sparks reunited. Again, it takes time, but let's see. Again, hopefully, because Amelia and Ashton are actually a cute couple in real life.
Yeah.
Also, I saw this too, the set piece.
Yes. So, guys, this is a set photo for the basement in that '90s show. It doesn't look like it's changed at all, and like it looks accurate. It looks the same, but this is the basement in that '90s show, and we know what goes on here. This is where they sat down on the couch, sitting around the circle, smoking weed. Yeah.
I forgot 70s, like weed was still,
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting concept. I really like that they're putting this much attention into detail for some of this stuff. I mean, that photo of Red and Kitty at the dinner table, I'm pretty sure that's the same wallpaper, or maybe it's a different wallpaper that I've seen before. But yeah, that floral pattern wallpaper is almost identical, if not the same, to what it was in that '70s show. So they're putting that attention to detail in there, you know. So that's interesting. Other characters that I would love to see come back, which have not been confirmed or not, would be Leo, which is played by Tommy Chong. I know you have to know who Tommy Chong is. You know, Cheech and Chong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He played Leo, which was like a stoner character. He was like a father figure to Hyde, which again, I don't think he's going to be in the show, just because Danny Masterson did some bad things, sexual harassment things, allegedly. But again, they're not going to take the risk with him. Anyway, I would love to see Leo come back. I would love to see Bob, which is Donna's father. He was a unique character, to say the least. Unfortunately, Midge, Donna's mother, her actress passed away not too long ago. I think like a year or two ago. So we might not see her. Jackie's mother is actually who's that girl that played in the Blue Lagoon movie?
Oh, was it shit. I know what you're talking about. Was it Brooke Shields?
Yes, that's her. Yeah, she was she was Jackie's mother, so maybe Brooke Shields can come back. I know Bob and Brooke Shields ended up dating in the show at some point. I don't know if it stayed. It's been a while since I've watched the show. But yeah, I would love to see some of these characters come back. Yeah. Yes, he is. He really is. He really is Barney from the Flintstones. Just a raunchier version.
Also, so Jackie was kind of a hoe.
Yes, she was. Yes, that's the truth. She was with Bez. She was with Hyde. She was with Kelso. Yeah.
I'm surprised they still stayed friends in the show. Then, like, come on, that's kind of like, not cool.
They weren't really dating or anything in real life at that time, so.
No, but like in the show, like story wise.
It was kind of hard because obviously they would tackle awkwardness and breakups. Like Eric and Donna would break up, and Eric would be in bed, go 5 o'clock shadow. I remember the joke was like he would turn his radio on, or his alarm would go off, and the radio would play, and the song Donna from Richie Valens was Donna, oh Donna, and he would just break the machine as he broke up with her. Yeah, like, the awkwardness and the breakups were actually very tense too, because Jackie didn't want to break up with Kelso, or Kelso didn't want to break up with Jackie, but they would be doing those things where they try to make each other jealous. But of course, Kelso would always go to Pam Macy. Pam Macy was the queen of the high school, and yeah. Yeah, it's just at this point, like, because it's set in the '90s, man. There's a lot to speculate, Again, music would be good, movie references, TV show references.
They have to reference the da 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 da.
Here's the thing. Also, we got to know whether or not Eric still has the Vista Cruiser. I know it's like the Batmobile for the show. The Vista Cruiser is a wood paneled piece of crap car, and it's Eric's car, but it's what they traveled in. So I'm wondering if that car is still running or being used or passed down. You know what I mean?
So there.
Yes, I'm still here.
I thought I lost the audio.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, no, that would be pretty cool to see the Vista Cruiser involved. Fez, man, Fez. I know you don't know this, but Fez is his name is not known. We don't know where he's from. But he's a foreign exchange student, which is why they call him Fez. Foreign exchange student, Fez. Yeah.
Maybe they'll show in the series where he's actually from. I mean, it's Netflix.
It was a running joke. Like every time he's like, "Hey, I'm from," and there would be like a bell ringing, and they would just like, "I'm sorry, can you repeat that?" Yeah.
Maybe finally, after many years, again. Let's see.
But Fez loved so many like things in the show. Like he was so big into disco, dude. Everybody else in the group hated disco, but he was like disco jamming with everyone, doing all the dances, doing the Saturday Night Fever strut and everything.
So guessing for this one, when did Pulp Fiction come out? 90s one, right?
Yes, it did.
So imagine he does the.
Yeah, it would be like the 1991. I think Pulp Fiction came out in 91.
Yeah, so there you go. He might imagine he actually does that, but.
Yeah, so they can make some really weird references. Wilmer Valderrama, who played Fez in the show, just recently teased. He had the costume, the 70s outfit, and he put it on, and he did a little Instagram video. So that, I mean, we could see someone who has not even left the 70s. You know, he's still wearing those outfits. Who knows?
Who knows? Let's see another thing. Well, again. Yeah, but again.
Anyone else making any kind of comments?
Same basement, so many memories. Yeah, I talked about the picture earlier.
Yep.
But that's pretty much it so far.
Dang.
Oh, Thomas Franco says, "Hey guys, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Yeah, you guys can join in on this conversation as well. We're going to answer you guys' questions if you guys want to chime in and tell us what your speculation is for the show. Again, it's coming out on Netflix this year. They've already released photos and stuff, so I'm very excited. This was one of my favorite sitcoms. This is like a close, like second to them having done Boy Meets World because sequel to Boy Meets World because I love Boy Meets World, and now we're getting to that '70s show. This is my sequel. Like if so many people want to see a sequel to Friends, they want to see Friends come back.
Well, isn't Friends coming back though?
No, they did a reunion special on HBO Max.
I thought they were coming back. No?
As far as I'm aware, I don't remember them saying they were coming back. But this is like my friend right here. This literally is like my friend. I think it's funnier. I think the characters are more well written. The comedy is better. Yeah, I really think that it's a unique show, and I really am interested to see how they tackle the 90s.
Okay. I mean, as a 90s kid, I'm excited. Well, again, I haven't watched the show, but I kind of want to. Again, it's meme culture.
Watch it. Watch
Why?
the show. It's not available right now, but watch it somehow.
I'm watching other stuff. I mean, like stuff that's other other TV shows.
Do you hear this guy? Do you hear this guy? Do you hear this guy? This guy right here. You got some nerve, man. You need to watch this stuff.
I hate you. Whoever.
What was said? I didn't see what was said.
He said, "Watch it." He's like,
"Yes, watch it. Watch it." Why are you even a part of this discussion? It's because he's the only one with access to StreamYard, and I had to.
I know. No, I was kidnapped, and because he said Mila Kunis, because I actually love Mila Kunis, so.
Yeah, she was really cute in the show too. Very cute.
And now she's a fine woman. Fine woman. Fine woman. That is still my crush. So.
Aged like fine wine.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. I have a theory. No, here's my theory. She dumped Kelso and made out with NSYNC Justin Timberlake. Yeah, she got her shit
No,
together. No, she got her shit together. She dumped
she's
Kelso,
not
and then
that
she went to
much
New
of a
York,
whore.
and then she had a friends with benefits with freaking Justin Timberlake.
That's
There you
more
go.
of a Lori thing. That's more of Eric's sister. Eric's sister would totally go for like anyone or any guy that's willing to give her attention. Okay, I mean she practically broke Kelso and Jackie up by sleeping with him because Kelso's too much of an airhead to say no. But
So yeah. Let's see. Anything else? There's no other comments. Anything else you add, Cody?
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we talked about everything. I mean, the only speculation that other speculation that I like have is I want it to run for a while, so I'm hoping the show does very well. I want it to tackle the next 4 years in the 90s.
Oh,
Um,
here's one topic. She was, yeah, so I do know this. I know this. I heard again reports. Yeah, Mila Kunis, didn't she like lied about her age?
she said she was 20 or something like that, but she was actually 17.
That's
So
underage.
to get onto the show, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Damn.
There was a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on, man. I mean, the thing is that, you know, there was rumors going around that people were actually getting into fights with each other on the show. I don't know what. Like, it's been a while since I've heard this story, but
How many years the show went on again? 7, right?
say what now?
How many years did the show went on again? 7, right?
It went on for 8 years.
8 years.
Started in '96 and in 2008.
2008. Oh,
Yeah.
did the whole cast legit stay? The majority of them.
No, because the reason why, obviously I told you this, is the reason why Topher Grace left was because he went to go work on Spider-Man in 2007, so he couldn't be on the set of that '70s show and film in New York.
It says here too.
Kelso
Rumor has
left
it.
for a little bit.
Rumor has it. Didn't get along with the rest of the cast.
That's what I heard. But the thing is I've always assumed that he left the show because of Spider-Man 3. In my opinion, that was a terrible choice.
Hey, you never know. If they bring back him again for another MCU film, watch like, oh my god! Like, oh yeah, you hated him before.
This is what we ended up getting in a parallel universe. Topher Grace is still in that '70s show, and somebody else is playing Venom in Spider-Man 3. Instead, we got this random Randy guy that just came out of nowhere in season 8 and replaced Eric, and then we got a really crappy Venom in Spider-Man 3. We lost on both ends. Thank you, Topher Grace.
Let's see.
I want to see like skinny boy Eric Foreman playing Eddie Brock.
Hey, honestly, no. Eddie Brock was kind of like, was he skinny in the original comics?
He was.
Nah.
He was. I'm pretty sure he was really like he had muscles.
Because he was a journal. He was also a journalist in the original comics.
Yeah. Yep.
So again, before we wrap up, anything else you want to say, Cody boy?
Well, like I said earlier, Ryan is now going to be a regular on the show. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more of him. I know probably a lot more less of me because I do have a job now. He's not chiming in. I'm surprised he's not because he keeps talking about how I have a job with a Power Ranger actor.
No, he's adopted.
I'm adopted by one of the Power Rangers is my dad. Yes, there you go. That's why you call me Golden Boy.
Golden boy.
Anyway, so Ryan is going to be doing some interviews with some cast from like 90s TV shows. We just did one with Jenny Kwan.
Or if they actually had a 90s, they're involved in a 90s show or a 90s project. That's the loophole.
That's the loophole because we want to make sure you guys are like this whole thing stays on topic.
Yeah, as long as there's did something in the 90s.
Yes, and
Even though it's not relevant, as long as it's something 90s.
So we have some potential ones coming out very soon. I don't think Ryan wants to say who they are yet, but we have tomorrow. Tomorrow you're doing.
Yeah, tomorrow we're interviewing J. Anthony Frank. He was also in California Dreams, and he actually, for you fans of DXX, he's the main character from the franchise. For first game, he played JC Denton.
So if you guys want to ask some questions tomorrow, Ryan will be interviewing him. And there's also the Buttery Show also does general discussions about movies.
And TV
So
shows.
and future TV shows. So if you guys are interested in seeing things like that in the near future, you guys could join in and talk. Like I said, I really love talking to you guys, and I really enjoy being a part of this page. It's been going for over a decade now, and I love you guys so much. I just wish I had more time to do it. But you guys can see, some more stuff coming from new faces, and this isn't really me retiring. Of course, I'll be back doing some other things, but just know I'll be on here a lot less.
No, he's retiring. I have full control. Full control. Full control. Oh, well, wait, guys. Jay, it's his name. Jay's played in the if you're a California Dreams fan, he played Jacob Summers. So he was technically the bad boy of that band in the show. So
yeah, the guitar player.
yeah, he has a good voice. I'm actually, Jay has a good voice.
Yep. So yeah, guys, we'll be bringing you guys some new stuff in the near future. You have anything to add, Ryan?
Also on Saturday, we're going to be discussing George of the Jungle, George.
Oh, George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle. Yeah.
Brendan Fraser classic.
I really want to talk about Disney films here too, like before 2000s, or no, it has to be strictly 90s.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I usually have that loophole. Is if it came out before the 90s and we grew up with them in the 90s, then they're still worth talking about.
Okay, then Monday at 3:00 here, we're gonna discuss Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. My Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. My co-star Zoe's going to be with me. Yes.
So, and eventually we'll start doing some TV shows and stuff that I might want to join in and talk to you guys about with you guys if I have time to do so.
Go Power Rangers.
I have a whole channel dedicated to that. You've interviewed every Power Ranger actor.
I know, well, not everyone. Morphin Network. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, I actually have my own page called Morphin Network. I had it for 5 years now.
Where's
I'm counting.
Where's the milk right here? He's
legit.
It for all he has.
I know. I don't know how I did it. I actually interviewed, I think, almost half the Power Rangers. No, almost half, but almost all of them. I think more than 92 interviews in that page. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. You milked it. It's called Morphin Network. Enjoy. Go check it out. If you're a Power Ranger fan, subscribe to it.
Oh, does it count if it was filmed in the 90s or in the 2000s?
I mean, I've had this discussion with a lot of people with Digimon, because Digimon came out in like October or November of '99. And it was like 5 episodes, but the rest of the series...
It counts!
In the 2000s. So I have so many people talking, why do you talk about Pokemon more than you talk about Digimon? And I'm just like, probably because Digimon was only around for 5 episodes in the 90s.
Hey, Pokemon was the shit back then, okay? Pokemon's still the shit, alright? Pokemon's still the shit.
You're gonna really piss off a huge group of people in just a minute.
What, Digimon? Pokemon's better than Digimon, I said it right now.
There's a controversy. I like Pokemon too. And I grew up with Pokemon, but trust me when I say this, you're going to have a whole slew of people coming at you because you just said Pokemon's better than Digimon.
Which is a multi-million franchise?
Oh my god.
Billion, what has it?
Burning on the torches.
Which is long running. I get it, I gotta say this. I'll say this, the Digimon anime is better. For now. But come on, like
This is wrong. This is wrong. Why would you sabotage this?
Hey, what franchise can potentially have its own area in a theme park in Nintendo Land? Pokemon.
Right.
What?
Is there anybody else commenting before we go, and then we'll
Don't go there.
Yeah,
I will go there.
See, look what you did.
I will go there. I will go there.
You've done it now.
I will go there.
You're muted. Finally, someone shut him up. Finally, someone shut him up. No, I can't hear you, and nobody else can. Oh my god, yeah, he's gone, guys. Thank God. You know, we sabotaged it because we can't have that talk on this page. We can't have that talk on this '90s page. You know, it's universally loved. Everything's universally loved, right? All right, yeah. So, guys, I'm gonna wait for him to come back in because he's got to do a sound check. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys.
Now I was saying.
Here he comes now. Here he comes again.
Yep.
So yeah, you want to plug anything else, Ryan?
No, I'm good. That's pretty much it, honestly.
All right, guys, you can follow the Growing Up in the '90s page, obviously on Facebook, where you guys, all you beautiful people, are viewing right now, and also on our official Instagram is Growing Up in the '90s official. You can also follow me on YouTube at Cody's House of Geek to keep up with all the really cool stuff that I have that's behind me.
Yeah, hold up. Yeah. I got a team. Let me join your team. Unfortunately, Thomas, we're all full. We're not looking for any openings. So I'm sorry, Thomas, but I have a full squad and full cast. So sorry.
Yep.
But thanks for it.
Squad is already too buttery.
It's already too buttery. Sorry. But like, thanks for the support though. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Always tune in. Always tune in and join in through the chat.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ryan. We good? We're done?
No. You know why? I was kidding. They had to mention that in the '90s show. Come on, AI and Batman. Alright, guys. This is the Buttery Show. Before we leave, Cody, where can they find you? Buttery Show, go up the '90s page. Where can they find you?
Yeah. Yeah. Here, there, everywhere.
Oh my god, the multiverse one with Michelle Yeoh. I was kidding.
Yeah. There's actually a multiversal version of me that isn't fat. It's very rare to find that.
Interesting. Okay. And you can find me Instagram dancerboy247. Yep, that's where you can follow me. And also follow me at Morphin Network. And also
the Buttery Show.
And the Buttery Show.
100 subscribers on YouTube, so go subscribe.
Yeah, well, come on, go subscribe. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe to the Buttery Show page. Buttery Show, the Buttery Show, YouTube.
The one, the only.
The Buttery Show.
Buttery Show.
Alright, as we do, we'll do our goodbye way. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's do a little screenshot. I always like doing this. Just a little screenshot picture.
Let me get my, hang on just a second. Hang on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, let's do a screenshot picture.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on.
Jesus Christ.
Alright! We're all good now.
Okay, let's take a picture. Okay, we're good. Alright guys, this is the Buttery Show. I'm Buttery Show and Growing Up the '90s page. We're signing out. Right. Bye guys.
See ya.
See you tomorrow. Smile and wave. Cody boy, smile and wave. Smile and wave. Cause I'm trying to look for the end button. I can't. Are you okay? Stop smoking joint. Alright, see you guys.